Doki Doki Her Story is a Doki Doki Literature fan mod that is not affiliated anyway with DM Salvato. This has to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Game files for Doki Doki Literature played this mod and can be downloaded for the last place around Steam. Alright, just making sure you guys got it. By playing Doki Doki Her Story, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature except any spoilers contained within. Okie dokie. Free, let's money load. Get out of here. Sup, it's Allie, and welcome to Her Story. I don't know what this is about. Once again, there's been a lot of mods I've played today. Lots of really short mods that I had to just zip on through. So now we're on this one. Gimme. There we go. And that one. And then this one. There we go. There we go. And template settings, we gotta turn off Let's Play mode because I don't care about that. There's an update log and music player. We'll check out the fancy other stuff features later if I remember. We're just gonna go for it. What is Her Story about? My alarm goes off on my phone. I assume we're probably one of the girls, but I don't know who yet, so screw it. I slowly reach to turn it off, but instead of feeling the flat surface of my phone, I jerk my hand back in pain and sit up straight up in my bed. I shouldn't have placed my broken watch so close to my phone. Sure, I needed a reminder to get fixed, but this is a bit more than a reminder now. I get up and pull out a bandage from my nearby cabinet. After wrapping it around my finger, I tap my phone screen and finally turn off my alarm.
What did you do to yourself now?
Oh, we're coding on.
Huh? Don't me. Did you think I wasn't going to notice your hand? I briefly hold up my hand and flex my wounded finger a bit. But don't worry, Mother, it isn't serious. Of course it isn't. It doesn't have to be a major injury as long as your friends at school can see it, right?
Sorry, Koji. Koto has obviously grown since the last time she acted how you're implying.
Don't you dare try to get her off the hook. Why else would she be hurt like this? I almost opened my mouth to retort, but there's no way I can admit that I broke Grandmother's watch. It's the last thing she ever gave me. And without thinking, I smashed it out of rage following an argument with Mother. It's a miracle that she hasn't already seen it in my room by now. I just stand in front of my mother, hoping that she doesn't take this any further.
Look, honey, as long as she's not seriously hurt, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. I trust her.
Fine. Go make yourself some breakfast and get ready for school. You are not arriving late again.
Noriko, she was feeling ill the morning she...
Don't push it, Sarika.
What? Was that the name before? Hold up a tick. Hold on. You called her Noriko. Was it Noriko before? Like, honey? Oh, you know, it was Noriko. I didn't remember it quite like that. I don't know why.
I quickly head to the kitchen to prepare my food before they get into it again. Mother's going to kill me for sure now. I'm sure whatever it is isn't as bad as it seems. I got an 84 on my chemistry exam. Okay, that's admittedly pretty bad. Not the grade, of course. I personally believe your grades aren't perfect reflections of your true potential. I know you always see the best in everyone. I love you for that. A gentle reminder that I'm your cousin, dear Koto. What do you mean? Oh. I chuckle a little at her joke. She can be pretty funny when she wants to be. Anyways, I'm sure your father will be understanding. Yeah, he's always had my back, hasn't he? Reminds me of when we were little and he took us both to the mall. We knocked over those mannequins and he covered for us when Mother saw the resulting scene. I laughed to myself for a minute before noticing the look on my cousin's face. I haven't heard you laugh in so long. Come on, surely it hasn't been. I feel my face burn up a little. I genuinely can't remember the last time I had a good laugh. You don't have to be perfect, Koto, no matter what she says. There's people out there who will always see how incredible and irreplaceable you are. Yuri. Sorry. Should I just tell her about the watch and get it over with? I think that would be better than waiting for her to find out for herself. Okay, I'll do it. It's just going to be hard to admit it. Father said she always wanted that watch when she was younger. Apparently she was extremely jealous when Grandmother gave it to me instead of her. Maybe that's part of why Mother has been so fed up with me the past few months. Well... The bell rings, signaling the end of our lunch period. Yuri and I stand and look each other for a moment before she breaks her silence. It's all going to be okay, Silver. Thank you, Lav. It has to have been years since we've called each other by those names. but it manages to make my heart jump a little, the same way it did when I got to hang with my cousin back then. Those few times when I got to truly spend time with her. Those few times when Mother would let me see Yuri. Most times, Mother would be mad at me and take various privileges away. One of those privileges being my time with my cousin. All because I was slacking off and getting 85s are supposedly due to having fun with Yuri. Because I'm some sort of attention-seeking bitch who hurts herself for popularity. If the only way Mother wants to talk to me is by yelling or scrutinizing me, then I would rather live with Yuri, someone who never judges me. Someone who really cares about me. While making an effort to push my thoughts aside, I enter my next class and head towards the front of the room. Where I apparently don't sit anymore. Excuse me, ma'am, I believe this is my seat. Oh, sorry, somebody took my seat. Honestly, I'm not the kind of person who likes confrontations. No worries, miss. No need to call me by my last name. I'm Naomi. Nice to meet you. I'm... Got to know her, right? Yes, just out of curiosity. How do you... Yuri talks about how sweet you are. She looks up to you a lot, you know. You're probably her favorite person, but how she talks about you. I feel my face burning as I smile. Sorry, wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but the way you treat your cousin is... incredible. Never stop being you, Koto Noha. Please, call me Koto. I hold out my hand for Naomi to shake. Anything to change the subject before I completely freeze up. She shakes my hand before our teacher walks in.
I don't know the gender of the teacher. Okay, everyone, time is up.
I put my pencil down and place my exam on the corner of my desk. After a few minutes, our teacher has graded our exams and handed them back to us. No, he can't be serious. Mother's going to kill me if I get anything below a 90 on another exam. Once the bell rings and everyone starts filing out, I approach my teacher. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, how may I help you, Koto Noha?
I noticed that I received an 87 on my exam, and I was curious if there was any way.
I thought you could get some extra credit.
I nod politely.
I'm sorry, but it wouldn't be fair if I only offered such an opportunity for one student.
Oh, what do I do? I have to tell him the truth about it. Look, I haven't gotten anything below a 90 yet in this class, and my mother has very high expectations for my grades. If there's any way you'd be willing to make some sort of exception.
Before I ask this, it isn't because I don't believe you, I just want to verify something. Who's your mother, if you don't mind my asking?
Noriko,
Oh, I'm sorry you have... How about this? I'll give you some sort of makeup assignment so you can get a few extra points. I'll have to give it to everyone in the class, of course, but how would you feel about...
that would be amazing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's quite alright. I'll email you once the assignment has been published. And if it helps any, I'll hold on to your exam. If your mother asks what you made,
On two can be one word.
feel free to tell her I needed some extra time to grade everyone's exams this time around.
Thank you so much. I bow and wish him a great rest of his day.
So your mother's notorious for being a bitch, huh?
I've never seen a teacher work so fast. He's already published the extra credit assignment during my walk home. Everything's going to work out, Koto Noha. I muttered this under my breath yet again during my commute alone. But this time I'm a bit more confident in saying it. I'm going to be all right. Even if Mother snaps at me again, even if she yells at me for admitting I broke the watch, I have Father to help me through it. He's always been there for me, even during my lowest moments. He's willing to step up for me if Mother starts getting angry over something trivial. He always tries to make me feel less stressed under so much pressure. He'll probably do anything to help me through this if I need his support. Just thinking of this makes me feel a little bit better about everything already. I step onto my front porch and take a deep breath. Everything will work out. I gently open the door. No one's home. Usually this is about the time when Father is getting ready to go out for work. And Mother will typically be out in the living room so she can ask about my grades. I'm home.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm home. I shout loud enough so that my parents can hear if they're in their room. Sure, I'll get told off for speaking loudly in the house, but at least I'll know if they're here. There's no response. I pull out my phone and dial Yuri's number, but before I can hit call, I hear a knock on the front door. Yuri? Hello, dear cousin. I just wanted to... Are you feeling okay? You look rather anxious. Yuri, are my parents out with yours right now? Koto, they went out last week. They only go out once a month, don't they? So that's a no? Indeed. Apparently, I look even more anxious now because Yuri's expression changes to one of concern. What's wrong? I don't think they're here. They aren't. From what you've told me before. Yes, they're usually here right now. And I... Hey. She puts her hands on my shoulders and looks deeply into my eyes. She's probably able to tell I'm on the verge of a panic attack right about now. It's going to be okay, Koto. I take a few deep breaths before gently nodding. Have you tried calling me yet? I shake my head, not breaking eye contact from the one person keeping me from freaking out. Why don't we try calling them to see where they are? Okay. I look down at my phone and dial my mother's number. A few rings. No answer. Maybe try again. I redial. Still no answer. I make a small sound that sounds awfully similar to when I lost my parents once when I was much younger. How about we look to see if they're here and just aren't answering for some reason? I nod slightly. The first place that comes to mind, for some reason, is my room. I look inside and immediately notice that grandmother's watch is gone. She must have found it. There's likely no chance of her taking it somewhere to be fixed before punishing me. I go back to the living room and try calling her again. Hey, Koto, I think I hear a phone buzzing somewhere over here. She might have gone out to do something and forgotten her phone. That doesn't sound like her, though. Yuri doesn't respond. After a few seconds, I open my mouth to ask Yuri if she's found my phone yet. But I'm stopped by the most horrible scream I've ever heard. Yuri, are you okay? I run as fast as I can to where the scream came from, my mother's room. You... I immediately slap my hand over my mouth and try not to scream. My mother's lying on her bed, and her head is completely detached from her. I don't know how I haven't burst into tears at this point. She's been gone for 2 weeks now, but it still doesn't feel real. I haven't seen my father at all since the morning before Mother passed. By now, it feels like I'm never going to see him again. Koto. I look at Yuri and tilt my head slightly. It's going to be okay. I know. My voice cracks as I say this. The moment finally comes as I bury my face in her shoulder and start sobbing. You're still more than welcome in our place, if you'd like to stay for a while. I manage to speak between sobs. I don't want to bother you, or your parents. You wouldn't, I promise. Neither of us say anything for a while. After I've cried for what feels like a lifetime, I start to calm down. Love. Yes, Silver. A smile pulls out my mouth despite the somber moment. She knew that I still loved her, even if she aggravated the hell out of me, right? Yuri chuckles a little. She then lets go of me to meet my eyes. No, she didn't. She hated you. She hated you just like everyone else. You're just a whiny, idiotic, selfish bitch.
Oh my. Possible infinite noob. Wait, what? Is that... This doesn't look like a standard error screen. I'm guessing this isn't actually the thing. Is anything real? Is our suffering real? Why do we suffer? There is no escape. All we can do is endure. Endure and stay determined. Believing that there's something better ahead. There might still be hope for you yet. Just remember to breathe. Nice deep breaths. And everything will be okay. Breathe. Deleting previous 120 seconds of gameplay history.
Koto, it's nearly time to leave for school. I sigh to myself. I drag myself off of my bed and make my way to the living room. How are you feeling this morning? That's better than yesterday, at least. Do you have everything ready for school today? Yes. Your homework is finished, too? Yes. Please don't take that kind of tone with me. You know I'm just... Yuri, I don't mean to sound rude, but please stop talking like that. You sound exactly like my mother, and it still hurts to think of her. My apologies. I'm just really worried about my cousin, especially after you were caring enough to assist me in my first days at Kobayashi. Hey, we're family. Of course I'm going to be here to help. Yuri blushes slightly before we walk to school in near silence.
Yuri, did you kill Koto's parents?
As soon as class ends, I pack up my belongings and get ready for my advisory period. I've been going to the music room lately since not many people use it in their free time. It gives me a chance to isolate myself from everything and collect my thoughts. Hey. Oh, hello, Naomi. I guess I just wanted to see how you're doing. I shrug and let out a sigh. Did Yuri ask you to check up on me? No. I'm genuinely concerned about you. Why? You barely know me. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean I can't recognize someone going through a lot. You're not taking it very well, are you? Why is it even her business to be asking me about all of this? We haven't talked more than once or twice since we met. What right does she have to... Why am I thinking like this? She's going out of her way to see how I'm holding up. I should probably feel grateful, especially since we've barely talked to each other. It's not like Father is here to help me through anything anymore.